How does it feel to have lived long enough to see all of your favorite franchises go down in flames?
Feels great.
I had very low expectations for this game, and I was still disappointed. You want to find out why? The game opens up at a party being held by the Saints, and oh.
Jesus Christ, how horrifying.
Well, hold on, graphics aren't everything. I honestly think that graphics should be focused on less, so hey, maybe they put that time into making the rest of the game great.
Sometimes foreshadowing is relatively obvious.
We get to character creation, and honestly, the creator's a joke. It doesn't nearly have as many options as there should be. I mean, hell, there isn't even a French accent. I had to make Astolfo British, which is an improvement. Also, this M-rated game has the junk pixelated. It's where I can uncensor my nipples, but not my junk. Why? Were you just too lazy to model something on there? We joined the party and what the fuck is this? Is this supposed to be like TikTok? I mean, it doesn't even have a video progress bar or anything to make it look like it's a video being taken from a phone. It's like I'm watching one of those TVs from the 1940s. Also, the subtitles go to the next line before the previous line is finished.
One other thing.
How come Astolfo's voice comes through clear, but the other guys sound like they're coming through a phone speaker?
Swing by the church. We'll be waiting for you.
Would it have been too hard to put the same filter on Astolfo? The screen crops to a modern resolution as we see Astolfo get buried alive like Volition's dignity. Oh gee, thanks subtitles, I couldn't fucking tell it said a few months earlier on the screen. I really needed the help. We see an orientation video for a PMC called Marshall Defense Industries. And what do you think the joke's gonna be? Yep. It's hilariously over-the-top and violent. The same joke that everybody fucking makes. Honestly, this joke is so overdone. It would be funny if the PMC was super pacifist and used hugs and stuffed animals and shit. So, it's our first day on the job, and our first mission is to capture a dude named the Nawali. Finally, after 8 minutes, we can get play. Oh. No, it's still a cutscene.
Catch up! Right! Let's kick some holy shit! Turrets! Take cover! That was... Jesus Christ! This is my first fucking day!
Oh, now I can play? Thanks, game. That was really fucking necessary. This is the most lifeless shooting I've ever fucking seen. It's like it's unfinished. The guns sound like they're airsoft guns, and the enemy's reactions don't feel right. I mean, look! I shoot this guy and he lurches forward! It just feels wrong. Oh, they also added a system where if you're aiming at a hazard, like a explosive barrel or something, you can click E to instantly shoot it. But you have to be aiming at it already? So it's like, what's the fucking point? Why wouldn't I just shoot it normally? They also brought back the takedowns from SaintsRow 3 and 4, only this time, they made the bold decision to make them terrible. You see, they decided to make our health segmented, so during combat, if you lose a bar, the bar does not regen. The only way to get a health bar back is to do a melee takedown. But to do a melee takedown, you have to wait for this Apex Legends ultimate bar to charge up, and then you can press E on a dude. Now, you might be thinking, oh, that doesn't sound so bad. Keeps the action frantic. Except, the animations take so long, upwards of like 2 or 3 seconds at a time, which doesn't sound like a lot, but when you see the same animations over and over and over again, it gets tedious. Not to mention these takedowns can be super jank. They break all the fucking time. Like, come on, man. Enemies will also just sit there, not doing anything as they wait for your animation to finish. Dude, check this out. He comes at me with a baseball bat and then BAM! He has a knife. So finally we get to the Nawali. Shoot him. Shoot him. Why are we not shooting him? Shoot him. And we let him get away. The fuck? Did he just clip into the back rooms or something? Come on, Volition, you couldn't have him go through like a bunker door or something? Christ. Okay, so the Nawali hijacks a VTOL. But instead of just immediately flying away, he just sits there, giving us enough time to take a tow rope from an APC and hook it to the plane.
Physics! Physics! Physics!
Oh, goody. A turret section. Not the first one either, there was one earlier. The Mark of the Beast, and you put it in the first mission twice. Fuck me, we're in for a bad time. We crashed the VTOL by kicking our pistol into the intake vent, cause that's how that works. And the Nawali gets captured. We get stiffed on our bonus because we disobeyed orders, and the unfunniest segment I have ever seen happens.
Fuck that.
Bugger, bother, and bollocks. Bugger, bother, and bloody bollocks.
Bugger, bother, and bloody sodding bollocks.
Oh god, the driving, it's so fucking bad. It feels like I'm driving a car with depleted uranium tires. If you want to turn, you have to press space to drift, which also feels like shit. It's almost paradoxical, because while any vehicle you are in feels like you're driving a tank with square wheels, everything else feels like it's made of paper mache. We show up to our house where we have 3 roommates.
Oh my god! What's wrong with your face?
I know they have names, but for the purpose of this video, their names shall be Fuckboy, Nerd, and Car. For that is all they are.
Hey, the wage slave is back.
How was your first day? Were the other mercenaries nice to you?
You know, as far as hired killers go, I'd give him a 7.
Oh my god, this is like one of those sitcoms with no laugh track videos.
I can tell you love it.
Okay, I don't have to love it. I have to pay my student loans.
Okay, let's talk about this joke for a second. It pisses me off because there's no punchline. The joke is that student loans exist. We don't even have to pay off any student loans in-game. Do you know how funny it would be if there was a mechanic to pay off student loans and it was like $1 trillion or something? Like, you have to do all of the money-gaining quests to pay it off, and at the end you just get, like, an achievement and a lousy t-shirt. Come on, Volition! That's comedy gold right there! So we don't have any money to pay rent, because apparently Astolfo's the only one in this group of pandas that has a job. The solution? Rob a payday loans place, which apparently the group has done in the past.
What are we looking at?
One guard out front, and the owner at the till. He's a real scuzzbag. I want some kick a dog. So, you know, fuck that guy.
Why do I need moral justification to rob this place? Isn't this a criminal game? Aren't we playing amoral assholes? Isn't that the point? We get to the place and we don't even play the robbery. It's a cutscene. What was even the point of making us drive here if I'm not even gonna rob the place myself? Oh, but we do get to play bait for the police though. Fun. After ditching the cops, we go to a scrapyard to swap cars, but we find it was scrapped by a gang called Los Penteros. Now, if we rewind a little bit...
Good. Headed to my switch car now.
It was safe and sound at the junkyard a minute ago.
This means that either between the few seconds of that line and getting to the junkyard, the Penteros managed to show up and strip my car, or Car lied to me. Oh, it's not the intention that Car lied, because it's never brought up again, but it's the only logical explanation. Bitch! So we kill the Penteros. By the way, Car is a member of the Penteros, and you just kill like 10 of them, and Car does not give a fuck. They could have been friends, family. That's cold as fuck. Oh boy, another vehicle chase. How exciting.
You called for a ride?
You said you didn't want to risk your car.
I said I didn't want to risk it for rent. I'd risk anything for you, dummies.
Of course you would. You aren't written as a character with your own wants or goals. I just got done slaughtering members of your gang you were a part of, and you don't even care. You don't care that Fuckboy is a part of a rival gang and I'm law enforcement. That's like if you had a Blood, a Crip, and a SWAT member rooming together. Whatever. The mission ends and we unlock side missions. You can do them to earn extra cash. Not that we need it. The main missions give us enough money, and there's really nothing to spend the money on. The open world opens up too, and to be honest, you could replace it with a level select screen and nothing about the game would change. The world is really barren, only really adding a commute time between missions. God, Ubisoft sandboxes are trash, but at least they keep you busy. The next mission has us tailing a Los Penteros convoy, and it's so boring. It's a level where the majority of it is you on the roof of a car shooting at bad guys. It's a turret section! And again, you slaughter the convoy to a man and even blow up the gang leader's monster truck, and Car is only a bit miffed at the whole situation. Oh, they also introduce shielded enemies after you crash the convoy. It's really just enemies with a second health bar. The only thing is that they're a bit tankier and melee takedowns don't work if they still have the shield. Though insta-kill abilities can take them down instantly, so it's really a moot point. Oh yeah, abilities! As you level up, you unlock abilities. Most of them are pretty useless. In fact, the first one is the best one, where you grab an enemy, shove a grenade down their pants, and throw them. It's the only one I use, to be honest. Speaking of grenades, they're also an ability you have to unlock later on. You can't actually buy grenades and use them as a normal weapon. Fucking lame as hell. What the fuck is the CEO of Marshall doing here? Shouldn't he be doing CEO shit? Seriously, Atticus, delegation is important. important skill for a business owner. Turns out there was an artifact called the Hummingbird Codex on the convoy, and because we retrieved it, we get a promotion to head of security at the museum that was going to unveil it. That's not the next mission though, for some fucking reason. We have to help a dude who got their car parts stolen. It's really strange because it kind of breaks the flow of the game, but whatever. They got stolen from the other gang in the game, the Idols. Now you might recall, Fuckboy is a member of this gang, and he asked us to be nice since the Idols are like his family. So at first we go in and talk to people, and it's very fucking boring. It doesn't last very long though, because we start blowing these guys away after like 5 minutes. And yeah, Fuckboy doesn't care. You murder like 50 people from his family, and he reacts like you left the toilet seat up.
You said you'd be nice to them.
I was. They were shitheads.
Well, now they want you dead, and they're headed your way.
Shit.
After that side quest, we go to the museum to work security. The Panteros and the Idols attack, leading to an escort quest and another turret section.
How does that work? Where does that exactly come from? It doesn't make any sense.
Make it stop!
It doesn't make sense. Life doesn't make sense. Wade, look at me.
Were the Volition devs frozen since 2009 like Austin Powers or something? Christ, no wonder Charlie and Budahar didn't finish the game for their reviews. I finished it, however, because unlike them, I have no life. The Idols managed to steal the Hummingbird Codex, and our boss fires us. And it's treated as this big, shocking thing, even though I was only part of Marshall for like 3 missions. Why the fuck should I care? Oh god, this scene. We have to do QTEs to mope around our apartment. You know, this could have been funny if QTEs were still a thing, but they haven't been a thing since like 2012 because everyone figured out QTEs are fucking AIDS.
He's 0 for 2 this week. That just makes him pissy.
Car, why are you mad at Los Panteros? Would you not want to get back at Marshall after they got in your way? Why do you not care that I made your life and the life for your gang harder? You fucking replicant! So while Car and Astolfo are being fucking useless, Fuckboy and Nerd are at an Idols party when it gets shot up by the Panteros. We have to go save them because we care oh so much for these people. We take out both gangs, and Fuckboy decides to turn on the Idols for us. Oh man, I knew I could believe in you, Fuckboy. So now that everyone got kicked out of their respective group, we decide to start our own gang at an abandoned church called the Saints. Oh, but not before we get attacked at the church because Fuckboy posted about it on Twitter. Fucking dumbass. Doing this unlocks ventures, which is side content that we do to grow our criminal empire. They're like mini-games, but you know the deal. They are boring and repetitive, like the rest of the fucking game. Only now, the devs are tormenting you because you have to complete a minimum of 2 of these quests to finish the story. And some of these games, you have to do upwards of 17 times. Fuck, why? God, I gotta hurry this up. So what happens next? There's a quest chain where you partake in a LARP. It sucks. The only joke is that they have people speaking funny. Man, you know these devs never set foot at a Ren fair, let alone LARPed. Fucking posers. Oh, you find your old CO from Marshall, Gwen, and it's the last time we see her. We stormed the Marshall HQ later and she isn't there. What a fucking waste. Ah, this game is buggy as fuck. You've already seen how the takedowns break all the time, but also there was a quest where I needed to kill some cops and they spawned on top of a bridge. Now you might be asking, what's the problem with that? Well, you can't shoot them from where you are, and if you try to get on the bridge, you leave the mission area and fucking lose. I had to hope and pray these guys got hit by cars so I could finish the mission. Oh, we're almost done with the story. The gang plans to rob a train to get a shit ton of money. For some reason, our character says they need help. I don't get it, because we've been doing everything single-handedly from the start, but now all of a sudden we need help. So we decide to break the Nawali out of prison. It's okay if you don't remember him, he only showed up in the first mission. Luckily, the prison is in the city. So after one of the worst forced stealth sections I have ever played, seriously, you're forced to walk a specific path or you get seen instantly and you have to restart the section. And it's pointless because a few minutes later you end up shooting your way through anyway. It's fucking pointless, like Volition's continued existence. You buzz the Nawali out and what does he contribute to the train heist?
Nothing! Absolutely nothing!
All he does is kill the Panteros leader in a cutscene. Fuck you. Stealing a boss fight from me, fucking asshole, piece of shit. Actually, there is a reason why he's here. You guys aren't gonna guess. You're not gonna believe me. I'm gonna tell you in a bit. It's fucking stupid. The Saints don't get credit for the train heist for some fucking reason. So, to make a statement, they decide to steal the Hummingbird Codex back from the idols.
It don't matter. None of this matters.
This is such an impressive statement that it warrants a party. Woo. However, before the party can start, a Marshall lawyer shows up saying that because of a non-complete cause that Astolfo signed, Marshall owns the Saints now. God, I wish that was me. Not that it matters. After 2 missions, you get ownership of the Saints back and Marshall is gone for the rest of the game. So are the idols and the Panteros. But hey, we're finally back at the party from the opening cutscene. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, they really do.
I want to know what that feels like.
Well, let's go. Why?
Well, because I cannot live your life if you are still breathing.
Yep, the Nawali stabs you and wants to take over your life because, in his own words, he's just a better version of you. This is what I was talking about. They wanted the Nawali to be this, like, better version of you. It's even in his name. Nawali basically means doppelganger. But he's in the game for like a total of 5 minutes. You even have this Far Cry style dream sequence where you have to deal with the insecurities of the Nawali being a better version of you. But we didn't see him being a better version of us. That doesn't happen at all in the game. So we wake up at... Oh, come on. At the start of the game, the grave was filled with dirt, and now there isn't any? What, did the Nawali decide he wanted to make my grave open casket? So, anyway, we chase the Nawali down and save our friends and kill him. I don't want to speak too soon, but this game, I swear to God, is the ride to hell retribution of our time.